All right. We're back. Back again, ready to roll. For anyone who is new here, I'll show you real quick what we have. We've been working a lot yesterday on performance. Man, there's a lot of draw calls. We could actually do some more optimization stuff. It is pretty fun. Ooh, frame drop whenever I do that. Interesting. But we did some optimization yesterday because we had some poor optimization on our lighting before. Now, and our shadows mostly. Yeah, we're still getting some like stutteriness almost when throwing things. But there's more optimization we can do. Oh, by the way, let me jump over here. Got to remember to post my links. Copy that. Let's go to the Discord. We could also do some systems development. We could do... what we should do is actually look at our Trello. But currently what we have is this. This is what we have. If you're new here, this is the game we are making. Kind of a crafting, survival, puzzle almost game. It's not really heavy on the survival elements as much as it is on the kind of crafting and creativity side of things. Ooh, look at that. That was nice. Okay, yeah, we're still getting 700 draw calls. I know there's ways we can optimize these buildings too. There's ways that we can just combine meshes into one. But it would require rebaking a lot of stuff. Like rebaking stuff on the fly. Look at all these draw calls we're making. And they're all going away now. Yeah. But yeah, I'm a little bit tired / distracted, so I need to kind of wake myself up. I've had plenty of caffeine already, but it does not seem to do anything. We can look through some of our items here and see what's up. Better terrain, yeah, that's something that we will do. We could do that now, but we really need to finalize our map, like... And for that, we kind of need to... like our trees, our proton scatter and stuff needs to be different. We could even do our trees in the proton scatter, like these ones. Hey, Lunchbox, what's up? I'm trying to remember, are you in Florida now, or were you leaving Florida already? Because you don't cut down trees, we could definitely include it here. But then we really need to, like, build our scene in... Like, this forest scene needs to have a terrain scene that has, like, all of these mountains, rock formations, huge trees, ground with stream. We just need one big one that we can then extract one giant mesh from. But then again, the trees themselves shouldn't be part of that. They kind of have to be their own thing. They could still... Trying to think of how we would do that. Do milk, just in general. Add milk to the game. But yeah, so that's something that we can do, but it's unneeded, or it's not needed for the demo. Procedural maps, blah, blah, blah. Probably not. Saving, loading. This is an old one. I'll keep that there. This is old. It's old enough that we don't need this anymore. We can archive that. This, we kind of understand what we're doing. We can archive this. This, we should probably do. But don't really need it right now. Audio systems, that we will keep. Required items, maybe need something for this. Water, fluid sim, unknown. Okay, environment, art, trees. Let's go ahead and archive that. Don't really need it. More materials to make things less boring looking. We can archive that. That's not like a thing. Grass, already got it. I guess we could just drag that into done. Systems, build UI. Build UI is definitely done as far as systems. For now, at least. Hitbox, hurtbox stuff, don't really need it. Tools on different, okay. Crafting times, make it so you can't build over placeables, already done. Some of this we just need to clean up. Main menu UI, we're gonna call that done. Corruption enemies, don't have that yet. Stepping planks, kind of don't really care about this one. Zipline bridge, cauldron, sure. Resources, there's gonna be some. Creatures, okay, cool. Building components, optimize meshes. This will be something that we do eventually. In progress, using static classes instead of extending. We can just throw that in done because we know what we're doing there now. Add flicker to meteor and explosion make better, done. In progress, rock golem. What is this? Better state system needed, don't need it. We can do this. Systems. Better state system for creatures. Navigation. We could do navigation on static, on a creature movement class. That we could do. Been here since Saturday doing a lot of biking. Nice. Okay. Do you make assets in Blender? Yes. How do you create interactable scenes like with rigid bodies using suffixes in Blender seems to not affect the parent scene. Still remains nude 3D. Oh, true. Yeah. To be honest, I don't even use suffixes. On most of these, I'm doing... like, I understand that you can, but I just will end up doing... like, I'll end up doing something like this, where if I go to my rock golem... This guy's a character body. The Blender file is just instantiated here. And I'm doing all of this stuff. We've got the skeleton 3D and the animation player, but the root node itself is just character body and it has all the stuff on it. I haven't really used like suffixes. I know that you can for a lot of things that like there's usefulness there. I just haven't really needed to use them. I guess maybe for what would it be? I mean, just general collision stuff. Like making some of mine are just static bodies, and it's like I might as well, rather than have to do it on the import, then I can do it on in Blender and then it automatically does it. But I just haven't really ran into, you know, situations where I like need to do that. With rigid bodies, using suffixes seems to not apparent or affect the parent scene. Still remains Node 3D. Yeah, that's where I would just create a rigid body. And then just add your asset to that and make sure that the collision shape is the same as the asset, I guess. Then they export under static bodies or rigid bodies. I think one thing I've done is like... What have I done? Oh, I've done stuff like this, where I like go in here. Rock Golem's probably not the best one to do this on, so I'll just kind of show it. But if you go into here, then you can say, go to whatever mesh it is. So like on this is the fist mesh, which is these two. You could generate, you could say physics, and then what you can do from there is just, it will automatically generate a static body from that with a collision shape, and you can just copy that collision shape and put it somewhere else, and then you can undo this. I've done that before, so it will generate one. Otherwise, there's ways to generate based on a mesh. What is it like? Yeah, like on this mesh, and maybe I can do it here too. Yeah. So I have this, which is called cube, but it's the actual mesh. And I could go here and I could just, yeah, you could just do it this way. Create collision shape. You just have to select your instantiated mesh. And then if your root node, you change it to a rigid body, then you can add a collision shape to it and copy that collision shape into that. That would work. Create my own collision shape and then just use it on, say, rigid body. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think that would be the simplest way to do it that I know of, at least. I'm sure there's better workflows and stuff, but I get so many of these errors. Okay. Now that we've cleaned up the Trello a bit, we have a bunch of, I don't like how many lists we have, but it's fine. Grass Bros is in progress. L-shaped staircase. Main menu. Before showing the game can load in background. Loading screen between loads. Okay. Save slots. Save before quit option. Options menu. Bookshelf. Bookshelf is basically done. We'll just throw that in there because we're just doing a basic playable demo. Computer Giraffics, great name. I think you can just export the custom collision shape from Blender like any other model and then just generate a tri-mesh body of any type and save and reuse the generated collision shape for whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that does work. Okay, we have angels, gatherables, gather tools. Required items list done. Okay, but that's before the demo. We don't really need it now. Stone spawns on ground. Just pick up. Yeah. Small crystal. Grass, weeds harvested from burrowed grass bros. Static class 4 resource gathering. I don't even know what I was trying to get across there, but starting zone and items nearby, if any. This is where we may need to do a lot more on the terrain side. Right now, I'm mostly just trying to figure out what to do. What I want to work on. Maybe save slots. Save slots is a good one. Which, it's been a little while. I probably should have made this right away, but save and load. Okay. Okay. This is our saver loader file, but we do need to do a our we also have our user settings. Is this in a group? No. So we can do like a save game. We need to figure out how we're doing this. So we've got a. If I go to save and load, then we have something like var saved or save files. We would have something like var current save file path var save as file, something like this, like we could save as. So we would have like a new game. We would have something that does, this might just be something I could just rock with AI on. And honestly, I'm just not interested in doing that. Right now, I'm very unmotivated to do a lot of things. We'll put this up near the top just so then we remember it. Loading screen between loads. Yeah, we can do that. Angels would be fun. I don't know. Maybe some optimization stuff would be good. Whoops. Because we still do have like so many draw calls. We got 600 almost. When we go up here, it like jumps up to 500. But it doesn't take much before we have more. Like if I just toss a bunch of these out here. I mean, it's not adding like too many, I suppose. Let's look at my square foundation. We've got this. Can I do this? No. Okay, so that does nothing. You can only do that with CSG nodes, apparently. We need to figure out. Well, let's first go to forest. Hide the grass bros. Hide the rats. Hide the rock golem. We're gonna go node 3D. We're just gonna call this all creatures. Let's bring all of this back. Whoops. Then we can just hide all creatures. Okay. This way we don't get a bunch of changes in the draw calls. Oh, we can also... go back to here and make sure main menu is hidden on start. Okay. We're at 67. Let's craft some wood. Draw calls 170. Interesting. Ton of draw calls in that. We're going to do stone hammer. Okay. So, 71. Pop that in, that's 91. Okay. 94 here. 97. We're at 96 here. I don't know what's going on. Let's make sure that in our forest we can also hide the grass, because otherwise some of the grass is getting hidden. I think that maybe affects. Oops, craft some wood, then a hammer. Okay, 72, 73, okay. What happens if I do that? Okay, 73. Pop that in, now we're at 93. Okay, I go over here, we're at 93. Still at 93. Go to here, 94. Still at 94. Go to here. 90. Now we're at 104. 101. 114. It doesn't go up at all. Okay, let's switch to a different one. So we're at 114. Now we're going to do ceiling instead. 112. Now we're at 114. Okay. 126. Okay, weird. Let's do a light post. That's 7 draw calls right there. And then I pop it down and it goes down by 3. Okay. 102, turn that on. 104, turn it off. Okay, that makes sense because there's a thing being shown. 125, okay, 128. Now we're at 131, okay. 126. Still, like... Okay, I guess I don't understand draw calls. Because this is just adding no draw calls. Even though, like, the very first one, if I go load game, that's 580. Okay. Now we go back over here. 80. Why is that? Okay. 102. So 20 draw calls right off the bat. But then the next one doesn't do anything. Three, 104. Okay. And then it goes to 115. Okay. Are these all adding draw calls? I don't understand. say I'll go over here. That adds 20. But then sometimes it'll add 0. Okay, I don't understand draw calls. Is it because these meshes are instanced within these nodes, or instantiated within these nodes, that it knows? Well, okay, wait. Okay, that seems to be 10. Okay, we're gonna go here. $43 to $53. Yeah, it's about 10. That's okay, I don't either. Yeah, I don't understand this at all. So it gives 10 draw calls when I create and destroy these. But if I do a boom, that's 10. Go to here. So it's at 114. Add another one. Stays at 114. Okay. $118, $121. Yeah. I am at a loss. This is weird. But we can definitely reduce draw calls by making the terrain all one. So like we have nav geometry. What does that have? It has all the mountains, formations, stones, and trees. So when I remove that, what do we have? Or just pull all of that out, or hide all of that, and then load up. Then we're at 100. Okay. All right, I guess that's not all that much. What happens when I hide all of it? It's only like 50. Okay. I guess that's not even that big of a deal then. What happens if I hide this? Okay, outline shader doesn't seem to care. Because that should just be one draw call anyway. Let's hide ground with stream and bring it, well, let's bring it back. Okay, 368. And we hide it, 363. It's really not all that much. Yeah. Okay. Oh, turn on our outline shader again. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pick this up. 437 or 442. All right. Yeah, that's a significant amount because there's a lot of meshes there. Yeah. I do not understand most of this stuff. First playable demo list. This doesn't mean like it needs to have any story. This doesn't mean it needs to have really all that much besides gathering stuff and building stuff and a little bit of harvesting. I could do some navigation on creature movement class. That could be good, actually. Let's go to our let's do some of that. So there's ground creature and then creature movement. Nav target, which is a vector 3. Okay. Let's open up our global. And Dark Rat, just to see what, like, get new nav target is. Now, we have get new nav target. Okay. Get navigation. Let's say get random nav area in radius. And now let's see. Get random radius of nav target. This is way too much, way too wordy, but whatever. Random radius. Get random spot near nav target. What is it? Creature movement dot get random spot near nav target. What was it? 2.0, 5.0. I don't think we need this. Return. No, ran Z. Okay. Okay, something like this. Now we have global.getRat navigation, which currently does a random vector nearby the player, and then I think this is kind of fine right now. But then we can do a grass row, which has this. This is 2 and 10, okay. Minus creature movement dot get random spot, okay. 2.0, 10.0. Then we can go to our golem. Do the same thing. $15.0, 35.0. Oops. Now get new nav target. Could probably get this could probably get put in there too. We could do set nav. No, this is fine here. We could honestly just grab this, look and see where it all is. Get new nav target, that does the same thing. This does the same thing. We can't put this in the base class and don't really need to. Okay. Okay, this is good to have these static classes, I think. Or, yeah, these static helpers. I think it cleans up each one of these much better, because these are all already so annoying. Why is this off? There is no cave idol. Okay, that's fine. Okay. This has this, random range. This has a direction. Fleeing direction times rand. So that's a random, nav target equals creature movement get random spot 1.0 2.0. Okay, this should make the dark rats not get stuck as much, because it will choose a different spot if we do this. Oh. Oh, duh. We can't just do this. We have to do there we go. Now they're running. But now they're going to grab a... Here, let's pick this up. So, if he gets stuck here... Dang it, he is getting stuck. Because he's still trying to get... He is still stuck. Okay, now he's trying to turn more. Okay. Let's do like 3 and 5. Yeah. So in general, they will run away. Sometimes they will get stuck on placeables. kind of feel like these dark rats should not run into things like that. Should basically just be relying on the pathfinding. Okay, I'm gonna go back over here. We're gonna pick this up, wait for them all to come back. I guess we can do this. Yes, come here. Oh. Did he just go through that? We do need placeables collision. Shoot. And that is because we don't actually have normal collision. Okay. Placeables collision is our main collision. All right. Oh, he's running. Okay, nice. He found a way out. Okay. Okay, these guys are still getting stuck. Navigation finished. If current state is state.walking. State not walking, okay. This should be working. Are these guys just getting, I don't think it's that. I think we need a navigation agent. Debug. Okay, let's see what happens with these guys. Okay. There's some very long. Okay, a lot of times they realize that it's not reachable. I think that's because we're not doing the closest path. thing. Let me load game so I have some light. With some of these, it's like, oh, it's not reachable. Okay. Where are these guys getting hung up? Why is that not reachable? Sometimes they really jump around looking for a spot that's actually reachable. It's always like somewhere really far over there. Well, none of these guys have gotten stuck yet, but they do get stuck at certain points. I'm just going to wait around until they do. They're always trying to go over there. And then they're like, okay, we can finally go here. Of course, now they're never getting stuck. The moment I need to try to figure out what's going on. Oh, here we go. I think these guys just might need a little bit. There we go. It just needs to be up a little higher. Okay, so they get stuck because they need a little higher reachable distance. And it seems like probably on the dark rats we might need that too, because I've seen them get stuck before. Let's do 2 for these and see if that works. If not, we know what to fix now. Why is this not reachable? Why are they unable to reach this? What are we getting when we do this? is reachable. Get final position is within target desired distance. Then we do this. Get closest point. So this is if is within the target desired distance. So it's still trying to put the target off the path, I think. Which I'm wondering if these are then not using the right, it's on navigation, okay. Maps, regions, and agents. Navigation meshes. Navigation layers to regions, okay. Which can then be checked when requesting certain area. Okay, what does this do? Navigation path to reach the destination from the origin. Bitmask of all region navigation layers. Weighted by their surface area. Interesting. So I can just do a get random point. I don't really know what the map is. Like, is this trying to get, Hey, Hyper, what is up? Double raid again. What's up, Rune Glaze? How you doing? We're doing some some navigation stuff, and I don't really actually understand navigation, which I know you've dealt with plenty of navigation fun. Hyper. Hey, Pon, what's up? And Disthrone, what's up? Cheers, cheers, yes. Yeah, I'm having some... I need to figure out why my grass creatures decide that they just don't want to ever go over there. They will always say that the target is not reachable. Even though I'm getting the closest point on a map on the navigation region, so I'm kind of suspecting that maybe they're using a different navigation region than they should. Because they really should be able to reach these if they're using the right one. Like using a nav mesh. Yeah, so I've got an interesting setup here. Let me skip that song. Or actually, let's just go up here. Okay. I've got an interesting setup here, as you will see. Because we have different sizes of creatures, I need 3 different nav regions. Nav mesh time, yes. What's up, Hyper? Pyrogigon, don't know how to say it. Raid, yes indeed. But basically I've got, oh, interesting. I wonder if any, no, that shouldn't matter. So, navigation region, we've got the small one, which is meant for small creatures like rats. It has a smaller radius around obstacles. Then we have medium, which has the same radius, but it has a different agent height. So they will only go under things that are, what is it? Yeah, 5 meters. Yeah. We'll only bake the mesh walkable if it's 5 meters of clearance above it, I guess, right? For all the things that get baked into this, at least. And then we have the large one, which has a bigger radius, I believe. Let's see, medium. What is the radius on this? Oh, radius is only 1? Why is it only 1? Oh, 0.5 on the small. 1 on that, and then 1 on this. It should be more like 3 at least. We'll bake that. Because I don't want my rock golems constantly walking into things. Let's do like 4. And bake that. Now that will make a lot of things unreachable for them. So this guy's basically just going to be stuck around here, I guess. Why is he unable to? No, okay, he's able to go into the water. Yeah. But then he can't go up here, I see. Okay. What if we just do 2? Alright. And we will have to design our map better, obviously, but nav meshes get funky fast. Yeah. Yeah, I am not understanding the nav map thing. Okay, this is where we're scanning for clatter. Okay. Because here's the thing. How do I know which one is actually being used when I... Like this, so navigation layer, we have 1, 3, 2. So we have 3 of those. My grass bro, my grass bro, when I do get new nav target, I get our grass bro navigation here, minus get a random spot near it. Then I go nav map, get world 3D, get navigation map. Of this world's navigation map. What is the actual navigation map doing? Because then I go nav target equals navigation server map get closest point, returns the navigation mesh surface closest to the provided 2 point on the navigation map. We are passing this navigation map in there. Is that grabbing from the correct navigation map? Like, the map is like a bunch of regions, right? Navigation map. Okay, we're gonna go to navigation again. Oh, this is differences. Regions in a navigation server map now update. That's probably fine. Maybe. Merging of nav meshes and navigation server has changed processing order. Forest is coming along nicely. Been making some good progress lately. Yes. Yeah, we have. It's been nice. Oh, we have an ad, of course. I used a nav region, all of one type in 2D. It was pretty neat. Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to learn more, but it's difficult. Call me Pierogi. Thinking of changing my name to make it more readable. Okay. 2D is actually, it does potentially seem, whoops, more difficult in some ways. Okay, let's go to 3D. Nope, let's go to navigation. 3D navigation overview. All right, we are going to do some research, but first, let me go to the bathroom real quick. Be right back. All right, we're back. Last time I checked, Unity did not have a built-in 2D nav mesh, which was pretty annoying. It had some commonly used extensions, but still, yeah. Oof. New Jank, what's up? Chair stream, yes. Probably more productive than this stream has been with me sitting in the chair. Twitch has a great timing with ads. It's always when a question is asked. Yep. Pierogi. I did get that your name. And then what was the question? Yeah. Oh, yeah. We have been making good progress over the past few streams. Today, so far, not really much. Good here. How is it? We're trying to figure out some navigation stuff. We got some weirdness going on. I don't really understand the difference between nav maps and navigation layers and all this stuff, so we'll see. But we will take a look here. So this is the API to find the shortest path, okay? On an area defined by a navigation mesh. Server is best, okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Navigation server RID types are available. Okay. Nav map RID. Reference to a specific navigation map that holds regions and agents. This map will attempt to join the navigation meshes of the regions by proximity. Okay. A specific navigation region that can hold navigation mesh data. The region can be enabled, disabled, or the use restricted with the navigation layer bit mask. Okay. So I can get spots on specific bit masks. Reference to a specific navigation link that connects to navigation meshes positions over arbitrary distance. Okay. Agent RID, specific avoidance agent. Avoidance is defined by radius. Obstacle used to affect. Okay. These I get. That holds a navigation mesh resource that defines a navigation mesh for the navigation server. Okay. Where's the map come into this? Is there just one map? Using navigation maps. Okay, let's look at this first. Abstract navigation world on the navigation server identified by the navigation server RID. Okay. Any progress is good progress, I always say. Yeah, we do have some solid progress, like a lot on the visual side. So, and a little bit on performance. We had some performance problems that we were running into, but we've sort of figured them out. It was basically just that I had way too many lights casting shadows. I did not realize how many draw calls get added. Like with shadows, it's insane. Because I had like one light on each one of these glowy things that all casted shadows. And I was getting like 2,000 draw calls in this frame. So then I reduced it down to one that doesn't cast any shadows. And now we are getting more like 500, maybe 600 at certain spots. I still don't really understand draw calls though, because like if I go here, I'm at 399. Okay. Now I'm at 407, 409. Okay. Okay, 423. Put down another one. No extra draw calls. I don't understand why. So when I build the first one, there are extra draw calls. But when I add more, there are not. Now if I go here, 428. None there either. Yeah, I don't understand draw calls apparently. If I go here, 77, 97. Now we did 20. Delete it, goes down. 20, then I go over here, we're at 100. And that went to 105, I think just because of the shadow. Like, I just don't understand any of that. Cutting those down is good, yeah. Love when your very first descriptor for something is, oh, it's abstract. They're barely noticeable so often. Yeah. Shadows will get you for sure. Got to get the stats out on. Yeah. I just made a really simple one. Where is it again? GitHub. Let me pull it up again for anyone who wants. It's very simple. I mean, anyone could make it really easily. But it's kind of nice. DS performance overlay. And you just drag in the folder, I think. And then you just instantiate the DS overlay scene. And then you can basically add, like, where is it? Right here. I have this dev overlay, but that's not part of the plugin. But there's this one here where you just add which overlays you want. So, like, it just pulls all of the... Oh, actually, this will be useful. Nav maps. I'm going to add nav maps, because this has all of the Godot monitors. We can do nav region count, too. Nav regions. So you just give it a key and then a value. So now when I play, it should... Here, I'll drag this down so then it should be visible. Okay. Now you can see I've got 3 nav regions and 1 nav map. Okay. That's useful to know. So there is only 1 nav map. It contains all of the regions. See how every time that they try to go over, like, far away, it says it's not reachable and it tells them to reset and find a different spot? Piero G, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. You made it, saves me the trouble, yeah. It is pretty nice to have. Like, I enjoy it. And then you can change some other quick stuff like text color, font size, and background color. It's just basic. And then I just have it set to a key that I specified to hide and show it. You just throw it wherever. But it's nice because then you don't have to, like, it just shows all of the possible monitors. I just made it, where was it? Like, this is literally all of the code. If I go to the overlay scene, what does it have here? On ready, it does this. Overlay label. The label, this is how fast I made this. I'm sure there is a much better way to do this. In process, I just have it, this should be in physics process probably. Because I threw this together so fast. But it's, it just does this. If tick is less than 59, tick +1. And then otherwise, update the string. Like, it was so quickly thrown together. And then the actual, where is it? All of these. Oh, here we go. Selected overlays. Exported variable. It's just performance.monitor string, a dictionary of that. So you just click on it and you can choose them all. But that makes it fairly easy to work with. Here, I'll drag this down here. Is it available somewhere? Yeah, on my GitHub. Right here. Denton 85 and then DS performance overlay. And you can download it. Honestly, the biggest change I would make is just have it queue free and instantiate when closed and opened instead of hidden shown, so it can have no impact if it's gone. Other than that, it seems solid. Yeah, and you could definitely do that too. Because right now, I just have it where you drag it in, but you could implement that yourself then. Because what I have is I just dragged it into the scene manager. And then the scene manager has this thing, if event is action pressed, toggle performance overlay. So instead of doing this, you could just, well, I can just do this where I could do that basically now. How would I, let's see, DS overlay. That doesn't look right. Is that how that works now? It's just a UUI or a UID. Let me try this. False. Then I could do this. Overlay visible equals true. Well, I could do if overlay visible is equal to false. Then we could do var overlay oh wait, this would be a packed scene? Is that it? DS overlay dot instantiate. And then we could do a what is this? Can I assign overlay with type packed scene? Okay. Maybe it is just that. Oh, okay, it is. Yeah. Else, actually, we could do this. Well, let me try this. I know I'm doing bad stuff here. Overlay. Current overlay dot q free overlay equals null. Can I do it like that? Visible equals false. This is probably terrible. Actually, I can just keep that hidden, and then it should work. Provoke the ADHD, yes. Okay, there it is. So that does work. It's just then it doesn't have my my settings. So I would have to edit it. Oh, you know what? Yeah, then I would have to edit the base one here. You know what? I'm fine with not having any of this. We will go back because I just want to be able to edit on the fly here real quick. without having to open up the actual scene, because I always have the scene manager open. Still, the great distractor, yes. Don't know if you stuck around, but I fixed my hands mesh hyper. Oh, okay, you're talking to hyper. Nice. Okay, but we do have one nav map, 3 regions. Okay, and that doesn't change. Get out of here, guys. Goodness sakes, that fire is on the torch is wild. It's a bit much. Speaking of ADHD. What if we pop up the lifetime? I think that's fine. It's a little weird having them stream past the face like that, but... Okay, so basically now what we are trying to do is just figure out why the nav map thing. We have one nav map. Default navigation maps. Okay. New navigation maps. To support different avoidance or actor locomotion types. Similar map setup as supporting different actor types is required. Okay, I think this is due to their size. Yeah. Requires its own navigation map and mesh. That's why. So we can't just grab a random spot on the navigation map. Now, we could do a nav mesh or nav map for each one, or navigation map small. Okay. Create a region for each. Okay, so we just need to either do that, or we can do... There is a get random... So here we have get closest point. But isn't there a get random... Oh, map get point. Ah, okay. Okay, so we have map get regions. set active. Okay, so that's how we can set it. So we could create multiple. How do we assign to a map again? Let's take a look. Set active. Navigation map standard. This is a map. Okay. Region set map. Okay, so we can just do 3 different ones. Blender triggers the OCD so easy. I'm way too good at ignoring that being the opposite of OCD with Blender. I will just ignore big issues with my meshes. Okay, so we can do this. We just need to set so we can do this. We don't really need to do this. We already have that set up. We just need to create a new map. Here, I think. And then we can do set those, and then I guess do this. This can be medium. So the large one can be the default. I guess we could just do this. Large. So we probably will see 4 of these pop up. Yeah, we have 4 nav maps. One is the base one. And none of these guys have any navigation because they are all trying to get the nav map. Okay. Which is get navigation map. Navigation map for the navigation. Returns always the map set, not the map of the abstract agent. Whoops. If the agent map is changed directly with navigation server API, the navigation will not know it. Set navigation map. Okay, interesting. This your new streaming time? Sort of. Kind of. It's like, in general. Sometimes I'll stream a little bit later than this, which right now it's, 7 in the morning on the West Coast. Sometimes I'll stream later. Sometimes maybe a little earlier. It's kind of difficult with the work that I have is all over the place, so, but this is kind of the easiest time for me to stream. Oh, yeah, Disthrone, good night. Have a good one. Yeah, take it easy, bro. Some of that ignore energy needed when doing Blender, yep. I had to redo my base mesh numerous times before I landed on something I was happy with. There's some really good tutorials to help with topology as well. Yeah, I am terrible on topology. Felt like our schedules were opposite there for a while there. Yeah. But mine, it's kind of in flux currently. Okay, so we have... Oh, nice. What is this? Just nothing. Okay, so... Okay, let's see if this does anything for the... Oh, actually, let's do We're gonna try it like this on the dark rats. See if this actually gets it working again. Okay, no, that is still the standard nav map. Understandable, just glad to have you back. Yeah, it's good to be back. Okay, so these guys still don't have nothing. So maybe I need... Can I do this? Let's say we do this. Does this work? So when they're fleeing, then they stay in that. So let's go to our dark rats. Turn on debug. Weird. Region set map. I do not understand. Dark rat. Supposed to get a new nav target. Then oh, do I need a set nav map here? Let's see if that is it. I wouldn't want to do it on every one, but oh, look at that. Okay. Okay. Dark rat, we'll just put this on here too. We're just doing this just because. It was the documentation for nav regions, by the way. Okay. Okay, now these guys... Okay, well. Let me see if this made a single bit of difference. These guys are all going to different spots, which is nice. But that guy just still does not think that's reachable. Why is that? Let me, how come these grass burrow guys cannot get over there? They're on the medium one. Let's go like this. Take away the large and small. There's so much reachable area over here. Nav maps, nav regions. Okay. Okay, medium is this one. Let's go ahead and print. Let's see what this is. RID 5026. Okay, now if I go to Grass Pro. $50, 26, $50, 26, $50, 26, 26. More of that. Why are these unreachable? They should be totally fine. What did I hide there? Oh, all of this stuff is, oh, can't really do that. Okay, we're gonna restart this. Okay, now we have this. This should be totally reachable. Why are they... Oh, are they trying to go across? Maybe it's when they are trying to go across. And they can't really go up here at all just because of this. So it'll be like, oh, the closest way to get here is to go through here, apparently? Why? I didn't even notice this. Why is this like this? Whoops. Height and radius, max climb, max slope. Small has a max climb, max slope, okay. Height 0.5, radius, cell size 0.5. Large doesn't even go there either. Let me hide, interesting. It's like, if I do 90 there, that doesn't really do much. Okay. If I do a radius of 0.25, that doesn't really do too much. 1, that makes it more like that. Okay. So this is it. Nope, don't need that. Monotone, okay, save, bake. Okay, so it's just the navigation itself. That's fun. I think that needs to be lower. Some of these are floating. Is it just the radius? No. Oh, maybe. Nope, still stays like that. Whereas on this one... Oh, actually rats can't go down there either. Rats can only go at specific points. Interesting. Okay. There we go. It's our max climb situation.